So where we stopped the other day is on the Dhatuvibhanga. Uh, what we need to do is that, especially this sutta, it is about Panya Adhitthana. So there are four Adhitthanas what we spoke about. First Adhitthana is Panya Adhitthana, then you have Sachadhitthana, then we have Chagadhitthana, and then Upasamadhitthana. These are the four Adhitthanas. When we look at the Panya, the wisdom, it's about knowing this person as five dhatus. Dhatu not as an element, dhatu as a quality of the element. So, objective here is to cut down on I and myself as this body or made out of something of this body, so that when I see, let's say, I'm seeing here, there's a Sangita who is sitting here in the front. Yes, there is Sangita. And now there is Bobby on the video and also Ari on the video. So let's say the three people here. But if I were to observe the nose, keep on observing the whole of the nose, and slowly it dawns that it's just a space. Now the question comes, why am I not seeing it that way? I'm seeing the nose, absolutely true, but why am I not experiencing it? Theoretically, I know, let's say, but practically, why I'm not able to see it? There's a particular reason for that. Number one, I am not a Sotapanna. That's confirmed. Number two is that there are hindrances, the five hindrances. Number three, there is a defect in the sila or the 10 immoral deeds. Okay. So either one of the three is the cause. So we need to isolate the problem rather than saying, okay, I don't know. So first cause, 10 immoral deeds. That irrespective of whether Sotapanna or not a Sotapanna, we need to come out of 10 immoral deeds. Especially the one which is speech oriented, because that's where we make most of the errors. So we need to curtail. And when we curtail in a proper way, then what we can see is that if I take any object for meditation, say as in the case of breath, it stays for a long time. Okay. Then the second thing is most important. Can I be on the breath while doing every activity, not a particular time frame? That is, I'm sitting here, so 1 hour I sat, oh good, done. Now the whole day I am not at all looking at it, and again in the evening I start doing it. Will this method work? Initially, yes, but later it will not. It makes no sense. This is an important aspect. So that means I have something in the 10 immoral deeds and the 5 nivarnas or obstacle coming in the path of it. No matter how much I read it, how much I try understanding it intellectually, I will not be able to experience anything of it. Okay. So what I need to do? Do step by step. Start with Sila Visuddhi. Then do the Chitta Visuddhi. Then get into the Dhitti Visuddhi. Okay. Very good steps. Nothing to rush. No, not required. So can I do all of it together? Yes, you can do all of it together. So let's say now I'm on Dhatuvibhanga, dividing to 5 parts. plus one consciousness. So I start looking at the five dhatus. I read whatever is there in the sutta. He says, look at the Pathavidhatu, and you have these following things. There are 20 of them. Look at the Apo Dhatu, you've got 12 of them. Then you look at the Tejo Dhatu, 6 of them. Like that. Uh, then Vayu Dhatu and Akasha Dhatu. Why it is very important is that you are already in fourth jhana if you do this. That means you don't have to do vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata to get there. You're already there in fourth jhana. That means for the whole of the month, you are equanimous. Not one day, not 1 hour, for the whole of the month. So the evaluation parameter is, are you in equanimity for complete 30 days? If not, then you are not established in the fourth jhana. Then come to the third jhana. Are you in sukha for 1 week? No, I don't even know what is sukha. Then you're far away from there. So then we go to the other. Then we go to the other one, and then we see what has to be done. So am I in piti for 3 days? And I see I don't even know what is piti. So then have I come to the first? Have I created vitakka vichara of the breath for the whole day? No. That means this Dhatuvibhanga is not for me. It's good to learn, but nothing I can experience. It's clear. Okay. Now still can I learn? Yeah, we can learn. So this is basically for Yogesh and Venugopal, who had shown interest in this, and they want to know how to let go of grasping. And this sutta talks about everything about grasping. Supposing I have not entered into 4 jhanas, it's a mimicry of myself, that I'm imagining something which doesn't have any result out of it. Assuming I can do it, meaning knowingly that I can do it, then I have entered into all the 4 jhanas by doing dhatu. So let me take you through the journey and see whether you can accomplish it. I'll put in step by steps, easy format, and then you can see what you want to do there. The first step, start with akasa. Watch wherever holes you have and the other person's holes, and this room to buildings and to everything has a space. So wherever there is hole, there is space. There's nothing called my space or your space, it's just space. So no ajata internal, no bahidha external, it's just space. So neso mama, this is not mine. Neso ahamasmi, this doesn't belong to me. Neso na me atta, there is no self. The space is not my self. Okay. Then if there is space, there should be air within the space. There is no place in this world where you have a space and it is not covered by air. It's not possible. So we see that there is air whenever there is space. What about vacuum? This question will come. When you create vacuum, the whole world is not vacuum. Vacuum is created. So, from the space, if you remove air, it becomes vacuum. But you can't remove space from the space. That's not possible. If somebody imagines that I will take out the space from the space, it's like somebody saying, I'll cut out my whole body and yet reassemble the body. Not possible. So, in general, minusing the vacuum, if you have space, it's filled with air or vayu. And then if space and air are there, it should have certain temperature. There is no place in this world where you don't find temperature, as in heat or cold. It's there. So now the objective is to see whether you can feel the temperature. If you don't feel temperature, then there is something wrong with you. You should get checked with doctor that why you're not getting temperature. Your body has a temperature. Outside also has temperature. And the food that can get digested also has a temperature. So everything has a temperature. Refrigerator has a temperature. Air conditioner has a temperature. So everything is having a temperate. It's there. So we'll take that and we'll see that yes, indeed, when there is space and when there is air, the friction creates temperature. So we can feel it as hot air or we can feel it as cold air, but it's there. Then if there is temperature, it should create certain disturbances, and that disturbance is called as humid. The question comes, is there anything called as humidity? Yes, please open your weather app. It will show you the humidity. That means there is Apo. And if there is Apo, then it should have Pathavi, on which there's something tangible can be felt. So these five elements or the quality of elements does not belong to me or anyone. They are just there. So let's say if I'm on my samatha, meaning having watched the breath for a long time, then when I open my eyes and do the vipassana of this, I get an enlightening moment or an awakening moment that I, Vilas, is nothing but five elements. And that shatters the illusion. And that becomes nibbidha, disillusionment. Now I am ready. At this stage, I am in fourth jhana. And that's the reason in that sutta, he starts with Akashan Chayatana, Vinyanan Chayatana, because already I am in fourth jhana. So for the next 30 days from today, I am equanimous. Let's say today I achieve it. For next 30 days, I don't have to do Savitakka Savichara Viti Sukha Ekagata because it stays. So now we have to understand this in a more pragmatic way. I have created a condition, meaning there is a condition, not I have created, there is a necessary condition created which will sustain the fourth jhana for 30 days without fading. Like if I'm drinking tea, The enjoyment of tea would have sustained for 5 minutes, or if I was eating my favorite dish, would have stayed for 10 minutes because it's condition. It set a condition. The taste, as in the flavor, amount of sugar, amount of hot substance or spices, and everything added together, perfect, blended. That stays for some time in the tongue or in the eyes or in the ears as a condition. And that condition now on a jhana will take 30 long days, all the 24 hours into 30 days is what I can stay. That means for the next 30 days, I don't have to do any formal meditation practice in any form. I'm just there. That means I don't have to do sitting meditation. I don't have to do standing meditation. I don't have to do walking meditation. I don't have to do sleeping meditation or whatever meditation it is called as, including watching the breath, because it is become a normal thing. It's met the condition. Okay. Now, what we need to understand here, Sila is first meeting condition. You meet that condition. If that condition is not met, nothing will move forward. First meet that condition. Yes, I met the condition. Excellent. Now your condition is ready for watching the breath. It's automatic. So now you can watch the breath without any problem. You watch it. Nothing like 1 hour meditation. What do you mean 1 hour? You are breathing all the time. Otherwise, you're dead. You can watch it. I'm watching it because I'm meeting the condition. Now, what am I doing? What I was doing earlier is I'm not meeting any condition, but I want it to work. Not going to happen. It's just like somebody wanting to do PhD in a university is not qualified. Simple, no matter how much he dreams to be a doctorate, not going to work. He has to meet the conditions, nothing to do with praying or believing or doing something, and it's just meeting the condition. You meet the underlying condition, it works. It works all the time. So today, if I'm in equanimity, it works for next 30 days. I don't have to do a single thing, and nothing will break that. What could have broken? Kamachanda would have broken it. That's not there. Vyapada would have broken it. That's not there. Thinamida would have broken it. That's not there. Udacha Kukucha would have broken it. That's not there. Visikicha would have broken it. That's not there. So, what will come and break? Because the condition is met. So, no Mara to anyone can break this. And hence, Buddha says that Mara cannot find the consciousness in Rupa and Arupa jhana. Cannot get a footing. Reference, go into the Sutta. That really doesn't help. You might read it, but you need to understand. First, you have to get uninja, non-shaking. First, you have to get your readiness for 8 jhanas, completely from 8 to 1, 1 to 8, anytime, anywhere. Okay. Let's assume that I'm able to do so. For the next 30 days, I am on most equanimous state. When I am in this equanimous state, in that sutta, Dhatuvibhanga, Buddha then says this consciousness is pure and bright, just like pure gold. Okay? Because consciousness is always pure and bright. So in the fourth jhana, the consciousness is now bright. What you can do with it, like a goldsmith does doing ornaments, you can bring it to the fifth jhana, which is akashanchayatana. Now let go of your perception of the body completely. And please do remember, Buddha Dhamma is about changing the perceptions only, not anything else. Physically, nothing gets changed, but the perception gets changed. Reference. Please understand Pathavidhatusutta to its entirety. If you don't understand Pathavidhatusutta, you miss something. So you need to understand that you're changing perceptions. So when you sit for meditation of 1 hour, you're changing the perceptions. So if you get blissful feeling, that feeling is got due to change of perceptions. My perception is changed. So like that, let's say I do the mind illuminated way, 10 stages, you're changing the perceptions. So what you're doing is you're exactly changing the perception. And in here, you're changing the perception from a body to a bodiless state. Number one. Number two, you can now cut off the walls and the ceiling and the floor of the place where you're sitting, and that becomes space. Another place where you can refer to this is Chula Shunyata Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya 121. If you would like to practice it, that's also there in that. Okay. And he gives steps how to do it. So now when you do this, you change the perception. So the grasping of the body is completely gone in Arupa Jhana. Now, like Yogesh was asking me this question, letting go, you have let go of the body. And you know you have let go of the body. Because consciousness knows. When we say you have got it, there's no you who is got it. It's the consciousness who got it. It knows. Now that it has got rid of the body, it has two options to do: stay in that or move forward. Now, for the last 30 days, I am on equanimity, let's say, and now I have gone into the infinite space. It so happens that you might not be able to go into the sixth jhana because the time is not right. So it is better you stick on to the sixth jhana for a long period of time. Generally, it can last more than a month plus, can be 2 months or more. That means whenever you sit, you are in fifth jhana. It's so long lasting. Or you can do the second one, is to return back to the fourth jhana, which is equanimity, and establish sixth jhana, which is infinite consciousness. What happens here? You're conscious of just this form. Okay. Your equanimity lies on this form. Now you get conscious minusing the six senses itself. Just pure awareness of everything. There's no different experience as eye consciousness or ear consciousness and nose consciousness and tongue consciousness and body consciousness and mind consciousness. It becomes a single flowing consciousness, which is also termed as awareness of awareness. That means You become the observer of the awareness itself, and hence it's infinite. Finited by six senses, now it is not finited by six senses, and hence infinite. Now, when you are in infinite, the time stops because the six senses have time. Now you are gone beyond time, but only space exists because it covers up the space. So the consciousness is covered up in the space. So now you have consciousness of space alone with awareness. It stays for a long time, more than the infinite space. So what you need to do is create a perception back of equanimity and then go into the seventh jhana, which is nothingness, akinchayatana. That means in the ayatanas, six ayatanas, there's nothing to grasp. That means there are no objects. Only the subject exists, no objects. So the self view, which was luring around me for that moment, is stopped. Whatever I could call as true self, just a witness. There's no self because consciousness now has moved into the non-self state. Again, can stay for a long time, pretty long than the infinite consciousness. But then if you wish, you can come down to the equanimity and go to the eighth jhana, which is neither perception and non-perception. Okay. This is the longest time you can stay. There's no other jhana which can surpass this because you're cut off perception, meaning you have stopped perceiving anything. Like I perceived infinite space. So there is I perceiving infinite space. Now I have done infinite consciousness. There is I who is knowing infinite consciousness. But when I come to the seventh jhana, the I is removed. It's an amazing state to be in because it's just awareness plus the senses, no objects. Then in the eighth jhana, the perceiver, the one who is perceiving, is momentarily stopped. That means there were no objects in the seventh jhana, and this is even more proficient than the seventh. Now I'm in eighth jhana. What I do? I stop perceptions. And then there is still a little bit of perceptions, just in case. I kept the window open. That is sufficient for the consciousness to take back once again. So what Buddha says in this sutta is you just now saw the kama chanda going away. The Vedana changed. So you got a Sukha Vedana. There's a Dukkha Vedana. There is a Dukkha Sukha Vedana. You've seen all the higher Vedana than the lower Vedana. This sensual is the lowest of the Vedana. Like drinking tea or coffee or eating or something is the lowest of the Vedana. Yes, I've seen it, but it's crude. Why? Doesn't stay. But then I stayed on to the first, second, third, fourth jhana by doing Dhatuvibhanga. Excellent. It's better than the crude Vedana. So now I'm better off. But the best portion is in Arupa. I've gone into the Arupa. If I die now, I've skipped apayas. I've skipped human birth also. That's the best part of this. So now what I do? I see the nature. It's having anicca. One, it has uncertainty. Two, it is arising and passing. Yes, I can stay for a long time, but still passes away. So I will not make it as bhava, to be in this, or vibhava, not to be in that. This is the only sutta Buddha explains Nirodha Samapatti in a different way. It's a beautiful way of putting it. That neither you grasp being in that jhana or not grasp not being in that vibhava. Then what happens? It collapses. When it collapses, I'm using it, not I collapsing, it collapsing. When it collapses, the sanya is removed completely. And the Vedana, which was having Sukha as its overall experience, goes out. Now I have got the Panya Aditthana, the first Aditthana. I've done it. I can now pat on my back. Yes, sir, you have done it. Now you know what is Nirodha and what is Samapatti. Now completely relieved of the dukkha for that time. What is dukkha here? You have to keep on doing conditions, meeting the conditions. Now what is this? There's no condition. There's absolute unconditioned. Because you can't enter into Nirodha Samapatti. You will be pulled into Nirodha Samapatti. So it's not like somebody is going into Nirodha Samapatti. And that's what Dhammadina explains Visakha when he asked this stupid question that how will he enter? And Dhammadina says, there's nothing entry into the Nirodha Samapatti. It happens. You don't do it because there is no you to do it itself. Okay, now I've done this. Excellent. Good progress so far. What next? Next, he says, having done this panya, get into the Satchaditthana. What is this Satchaditthana? I have now seen the Nirodha Samapatti, which is the Satcha, a truth, which is Amosa Dhammam Nibbanam. Mosa means deceiving. Amosa Dhamma means non-deceiving. All the jhanas, including the sensuality, is mosa. You have to put in effort, you have to create condition, and then you have to get there. Nibbana is amosa dhamma. Don't have to do anything. It's always there. For other things, you have to put effort. For this, no effort. It's an effortless state of existence. So I stay effortlessly. So when I stay effortlessly, just done it whenever I want, I go to the 9 jhana. I hear from Veena that Shenial is doing it every time, is going into that, appreciated. But That's the way it goes. So you can keep on entering and exiting, entering and exiting. Just becomes second to nature. Not that you have to really do something extraordinary. It's the most ordinary thing to be is nibbana. For other things, you have to do special things. For nibbana, just normal. There's no special. There's nothing special about nibbana. And that's the reason it's called amosa dhamma. If I make it special in my mind, I will never get into that because I'm grasping nibbana, which is something not going to happen. For those people who would love to grasp onto nibbana, should read, understand Mula Pariyaya Sutta. It's Majjhima Nikaya 1. One should really invest their time in understanding the 24 things what Buddha talks about it. We have covered it long time ago, but I suggest you understand Mula Pariyaya, especially the last one about Nibbana. You can't enter into Nibbana. There is no thing called as I will enter into Nibbana. Nothing like that. I will get Nibbana. Sorry. I will be in Nibbana. Sorry. Nothing like that. No grasping. Nothing to grasp. And then you're in Nibbana. Okay. So when I come into the amosa dhammam Nibbanam, and then what happens? Then I feel of letting everything go. Sabbu padi patini saggo. That is chago. Giving up. Now that I've entered into Nibbana, I'm just using this word for English or for language purposes as entering into. There is nothing called physical entry or mental entry into Nibbana. So please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. It's just for language, nothing else. Now, when I am in Nibbana, sorry, that's again a wrong word, but I have to unfortunately use it. Then patinisagga, cutting out the bond, happens. Okay, like etan, santan, etan, panitan, yadidam, sabba sankhara samato, sabbupadi patinisaggo. This one, sabbupadi patinisaggo, is chago. So chagaditthana. Now I make a determination. Aditthana means determination. I make a determination to let go of complete thing, which is 5 aggregates. So non-grasping. It ceases. Nirodho. Okay. Now when I let go of the first kanda rupa, as in vilas, I've already given up the body. The mental construct of vilas is also gone. And the Vedana feeling already was equanimity, upekha remains. The sanya is stopped as anicca, and the sankharas are frozen out because there is no activity. Becomes samatha, sabba sankhara samato, and vijnana, the established consciousness as in vilas, extinguishes. . that becomes end of suffering. For the second time, after the Panyaditthana, Chagaditthana, this Patinisagga, Chaga, and because of knowing the Satya, come to the fourth Aditthana, Upasama or Upasamaditthana, wherein the Moha not being there, delusion, the Raga and the Dvesha have no footing. So ends the journey. This is the step to let go of everything. So, Yogesh, I guess you got it to understand what it means, how you can use this Dhatuvibhanga to do it.
Yes, Lassi. I think I have got mm, while you were I, uh, explaining the sutta, I was also meditating at the same time, so, and feeling it myself. So it is very helpful, and I will keep on contemplating on and meditating on, and then probably I think it will become more for
Sure. It's the most effective sutta
yes.
to get into letting go. So, first we have to make a determination. So, before I start on this, I have to have 4 determination. So, I have to come out of Goenka technique of having sitting meditation as my aditthana. I have to give up that, meaning I have to dissolve it, literally remove it completely, because that becomes an obstacle. So, in its place, I have to bring in 4 aditthana. First being Panyaditthana. I should say, I need this Panya. Okay, that aditthana. Then I have to bring such aditthana. Once I get the Panya, I know the Satya, the truth. So I need this aditthana. Then the third aditthana is Chag aditthana, giving up. And the fourth aditthana is Upasama aditthana. So, like Buddha says that to Pokkasati, that you need to have these 4 and make these 4 as your foundation. Now, what we need to do is, since we all have come from Goenkaji tradition in some way or the other, it's time to let it go. Completely drop it. No trace. No trace. When you're doing this, no trace of anything we have done so far. Just put it in the river, because you have to let it go. Because if any little bit of grasping exists on Goenka technique or any other technique, it becomes an obstacle by itself. Because the objective is to let go. Completely let go. There's no attachment to anything whatsoever. So, with whomever have learned whatever, just let it go. No liking, disliking on any technique. Can be Pa, can be Goenka, can be Ajan, can be this, can be that. Just let it go. Out. So, first letting go is the traditions. No traditions. No binding onto any tradition whatsoever. No belief systems. Absolutely nil of belief systems. Okay. If I can let that go completely, it means when I'm sitting for this meditation, no trace anywhere of my learning on Goenka technique. Oh, I'm watching the sensation, body sensation, all of that is gone. No watching sensations. The business of sensation is gone completely. No traditional background. Absolutely no baggage. Nothing. Now I am ready for this aditthana. So I start with Panya aditthana. I should become like Pokkasati. I should consider I'm like Pokkasati, was doing something, comes in touch with Buddha, and then he doesn't know this is Buddha. If you see that sutta, it's very nice. He doesn't know he's talking to Buddha. So he He's sitting there in that place, and then the Buddha comes, also sits. He sees this person meditating, whatever he has learned. He never objects to that. He never says what you're doing is wrong. He corrects him in a most profound way. And all of us have come from Goenka tradition. There's nothing to hate or like that. It's time to drop it. And that's it. There's no thing called as any technique. And once we do that, we are on the proper aditthana, four aditthana. Panyaditthana, Sachaditthana, Chagaditthana, Pasamaditthana. These are the only adithanas you need to have. No other aditthana. Let me sit for 1 hour meditation. No, no, no. Nothing like that. But if I still want to do that, then you can't do this. Because I'm still not matured. It's fine. Whenever I mature, I come to this. So your question of letting go, Yogesh, is you should be ready to give off all traditions completely. Kalama Sutta. Please understand that. Any tradition, just throw it in the river. Not meant for you. You have used it as a tool, got it, drop it. No bhanga business, no vibration, nothing. Absolutely out. Now you have to behave like Pukkasati and just look at what Buddha is saying, do it. If you see, Pukkasati was meditating for whole of the night. He's meditating, and he feels, he's doing good. And he asks, "Can I teach you Dhamma? Are you open for it?" And Pukkasati says, "Yes, you can teach me Dhamma." And please remember, he doesn't know he's sitting with Buddha. The entire sutta unfolds in that way. It's pretty good for all of us because we are coming from traditions and we think that tradition is the only thing which is working for us. It's far from truth.
Yes,
Instead of, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Yogesh.
yeah, I think I fully agree. Even there is a sutta, or there is somewhere Buddha said that even my teaching has to be used as a boat
Yes,
to travel from one end to another. Once you reach another, you should drop this boat also. So
exactly.
this
So,
is the words of Buddha
yes,
itself. So coming back to these uh, jhanas, uh, like it is from fifth jhana onward. It is not a sequential as per what you described. What I understood means from fifth to sixth. Now you have, if you want to go into the seventh, you have to come back again the fourth.
no, you don't have to. If you want, it will take a long time. If you don't
Hmm.
want that, meaning you want to do it right away, then you have to come to the lower. It's just like coming to the lower gears and then going to the higher gear, like that. So if you don't want that, it will automatically fade away. The fifth jhana will fade away whenever it has to fade away.
Okay.
And then it goes to six. You don't have to do anything. There are two ways of doing. One is an auto transmission mode. Like, you have auto transmission in the car. You don't have to do anything. Just put D and then it does whatever it does. And then there's a manual transmission where you decide, let me put the second gear or third gear and fourth gear and top gear as per your choice. So both exist and both have worked for me. It has worked for me automatically. So you do this and it takes its own sweet time when it automatically goes to sixth jhana. But I want to experience infinite consciousness right now. Can they be done? No. Unless I come to the lower one, I can't, because my landing point is fourth jhana. You see in that sutta, the landing point is fourth jhana. And then he starts with fifth, sixth, seven, eight. If I'm not in fourth, there's no way I can achieve anything because I can't come to the first jhana because there's no savitaka savichara. Even the breath watching is not there,
Yeah.
right? I have moved beyond the breath watching.
So one point here is uh, how to be conscious of this transitioning from fourth to fifth, or back from fifth to fourth,
Now you should
is
move to
is
Sakadagami.
is without any kind of
Yogesh,
creating aham, or
l-
basically
let,
I-ness.
let me cut you off here. You have to have a state beyond Sotapanna. You're on the verge of getting Sakadagami. At that stage, what happens is you will know the transition. It just moves, one moving tone to another. It's just like, have you seen a transitioning of images? Just transitions, right?
Mhm.
Slow
Mhm.
transitions. So it means it moves smoothly, it just change over, right? And that
Mhm.
changeover, you can see it. So from fourth to fifth, there's no effort. You just make the consciousness move there, meaning
Yeah, fourth to fifth, I agree. It goes. It just if you are
same thing
aware
with
of
sixth
this,
to seven, say same thing with fifth to sixth.
fifth to sixth is okay. That is the auto transmission. I'm not, but it's transitioning up and down basically
Once you
from
learn this, no, once you
like
learn
if
this,
if
yes,
if I want to come back from fifth to fourth,
yes,
then is there some volition is involved, or there is some kind
there
of
is complete volition in this. In the eight jhanas, you have volition. Only outside that is no volitions. So that's the
okay.
reason I'm telling you. Aninja. See, there are three sankharas.
Hmm.
Punyabhi sankhara, apunyabhi sankhara, aninjabhi sankhara. You need to create this aninjabhi.
Hmm.
Okay. Then when you're ready in the eighth jhana, when you come to the stage of anagami, automatically it takes over.
Hmm.
It's not that I can get into Nirodha Samapatti. Even though in English or in any language we say, I will attain Nirodha Samapatti, just as a word. But nobody can get into Nirodha Samapatti by wishing Nirodha Samapatti. It happens.
So now, coming back from fifth to fourth, and
Yes.
obviously there is a will of volition to go in seventh, sixth basically. There is a little bit of struggle, like being aware of awareness. Either the stability is not there, or means how to is
Yogesh,
effortlessly to do
Yogesh,
that.
first you achieve all the four Arupa jhanas.
Mhm.
My sincere request. First you
Mhm.
achieve. You achieve fifth. You'll come to know you have attained fifth. Then you
Mhm.
achieve sixth. You yourself will come to know this is sixth. You achieve
Mhm.
seventh. You know you are in seventh. You achieve eight. You will not have any doubt at all, Yogesh. You will be so clear that you have
Yeah,
attained, mastered all the eight jhanas.
yeah,
It's
I'm talking about fourth. If
no, I'm again
means.
cutting it there, Yogesh. I'm
Mhm.
consistently requesting you. First, you get there, and then I will help you how to come to the lower ones. Like,
Mhm.
from 8, can you come to 4? You can. And from 7, can you come to 4? You can. But first, let let us complete this. See, if I am inquisitive, I am already creating restlessness,
Mhm.
which is an hindrance by itself. So
So you were saying first let the sequential happens
let
fifth to
sequential
sixth,
happen.
and
And
automatically.
because you wanted me to say, explain to you how to let go. So I'm just
Mhm.
saying, if something takes 1 month long, as in the case
Mhm.
of Porchan staying,
Mhm.
I don't have to do anything, Yogesh. Don't have to sit for meditation. I don't have to do anything. It's just there. It's like
Okay.
any time you just wake up, I'm in Nirodha Sorry, I'm in Upekha,
Mhm. Mhm.
equanimity. It's not that I have to be in equanimity to know what is equanimity. It's in equanimity.
Mhm.
That means you don't have any domanasa, mental displeasure, somanasa, mental pleasure, or sukha and dukkha, bodily pleasure and pain. It's just being equanimous,
Yeah,
right?
pain is there. Pain is there, but not hours to that pain. Yes.
The pain is so less, to be honest, it doesn't even come into the mind's eye,
Yeah.
right? So you, for the whole of 1 month, you will not have a single event which will disturb the mind. After that, it dwindles away. It just falls flat. Now you would assume that, you know what, it's going to go off. No, it falls flat. Now you have to decide what you want to do. That decision is yours. Now Buddha says, it's pure and bright. Why don't you bring it to the finite space?
Hmm.
Now, once in infinite space, you see everything spacious.
Correct.
You just keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. It never ends. Now, in that, you can't experience infinite consciousness because it's still not ready. The condition is not ready.
Fully agree. Yes.
Now you have to cut it off. You can cut it off. You can create a sankhara to cut off that and come to the fourth jhana, which is equanimity. You're back.
And how to cut it off? Yeah.
First you have to go here. How to cut it off is making a nimitta, that may I reside in fourth jhana.
How to create that?
Boss, have you done animitta to create nimitta? Have you desymbolized something? I will give you one assignment. Try to do it. Let's
Okay.
say if you like VRI and you sincerely like VRI, cut off VRI. Even though you're seeing the board, you should not see Vipassana Research Institute. Can you do that? If you do it, you will yourself know how to come back to 4 jhana. If you still remember that to be VRI and all the memories comes out of that, it means you have deep nimitta. That has to be dropped. It doesn't. So I have two kinds now. I create a nimitta. I see the Vipassana Research Institute and I see it. Yes, that's one nimitta. Now I see the board and no experience of VRI is there. That's the second nimitta. And I see no board there in the mind's eye is animitta. So when I went into VRI for my retreat, just cut off VRI. The moment I park the car, VRI is out. I have no idea what is VRI. And when the registration happened, I removed registration desk, people there sitting and taking my Aadhaar card or whatever it is, and then registering, etc., etc. And the last thing I had to delete was talking to the assistant teacher, and he was asking me some questions. So I had to remove all my knowledge on Buddha Dhamma and just explain to him in a literally. I have no idea what I am doing. I'm literally below than a Putujana. Okay, so I should make sure that I don't irritate that person with my Buddha knowledge. So I had to unimitta of all of that. It was most struggle for me is to talk to the assistant teacher because he is coming on that Goenka tradition. Okay. So then, Venugopal, don't keep on writing something. If you want to talk, you please talk, because if you keep on writing somewhere there and my thoughts will get cut. Okay. So, and then I had to do that. And at one place, I got slightly irritated by his talk. Then I had to cut it off because then it's going to affect me. Then I finished that. So I deleted Dhamma Hall also. All these are nimittas. So I had to remove the Dhamma Hall. And wherever that symbol of VRI is there, that I had to delete it. And so much of work I had to do it just to, on day one, when I landed there in the evening, I had to do so much. and the voice of Goenka, that I had kept it. That I had removed it, but not the day one after that, what he recites. So I have not heard it in any of the video, so I didn't know it. So whatever I knew about Goenka, I deleted it. So it was nothing to me. I'm just sitting with no reaction at all. In that state, I'm equanimous because there is no reaction. It's absolutely Goenka speaking, but it doesn't make any referential to me. There's no reference saying that, oh, you know what, I am listening to Goenka and this one, that one. Nothing. Even those participants who were sitting there, I deleted. And in fact, I'd gone with one of my student who attends here. My name's Shreyas. So I had to delete him off because he's going to cause another problem to me. I had to delete him off. Removed Shreyas. And then I'm sitting. So in that way, I was able to survive on the evening of the first day. And the second day, 4 o'clock.
But that. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Please continue. Yeah, please continue.
No, you wanted to say something. You finish it.
Please, I'm sorry. Actually,
Wait for a second.
Just one point came.
That's okay. Wait for a second. It's already 9:33, 9:34. I think Shaniel had to go to work and somebody from office also had called up. So let's continue on this discussion tomorrow.
Okay.
On how to do animitta and nimitta, symbolization, desymbolization, because that is how you can come back to the previous one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can't. So let's do that tomorrow.
Just one request, sir. When you are uploading it on YouTube, please mention some Dhatuvibhanga somewhere in the comment or somewhere, so it is easy to search. Otherwise, the title you are giving is not the Dhatuvibhanga.
Okay, fine. Fine, I will do that.
And it's very difficult to find actually.
Sure. Thanks for the the suggestion. I'll take it. I'll do that. Then the previous one also I'll put it so that it becomes easy.
Easy to find. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you. Good day.
Good afternoon. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.